So that's the GoPro fired up. I'm fired up. I'm camping again, and today I'm in the Yorkshire Dales. Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. If you need a website, head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner. What a stunning day it is today. It's about 5 or 6 degrees Celsius at the moment, but there isn't a cloud in the sky. Still got a few hundred metres to climb, but the views are starting to open up lovely. Bit of snow on the tops over there. Cows have got the big coats on. See if we can take a look at this one. We both jumped then. I brought the Hilleberg today. Well, there isn't a breath of wind, so probably, well, definitely overkill for these conditions. So I think this is the steepest bit of the walk. So I've already looked at the map. And I know that this is a false summit. Oh. Yep. Oh. Lovely trek this one. Definitely gets the blood flowing. It's a good test for the new boots. I hope I don't regret not bringing the Scarpas. Not going to beat the sunset, so I may as well stop and enjoy it. Whoa. Yeah. I feel like I've earned that one. Tough slog getting up there. Loads of boulders up here, but there's plenty of spots to pitch up. This looks perfect. The grass is even green here, look. Shame I didn't get here an hour earlier just to see that go down. Still beautiful though. Might even get a thumbnail out of that. It's not freezing today, but it's still cold enough, look. I just hope the wind stays off. It's not forecast, so we should be alright. Not doing anything else for now, I'm just going to sit and watch the last of that light. Home for the night, everything's set up. I've gone with the X-Therm again Really impressed with it last time. If it ticks all the boxes again tonight, then I reckon it's going to be my go-to pad from now on. Look at them colours behind me. Wow. What a gorgeous evening. Bloody freezing, but gorgeous. Right, I'm going to get in and chill out for a bit. So I'm inside the quilt, getting my feet warmed up a little bit. So I've got chicken tikka with rice for supper today. So the jet boil has been just outside the tent door. Bit of frost on top, so I'm guessing it's bloody chilly out there. So while I get the stove set up, quick thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring the video today. So Squarespace is the place to go if you want an easy DIY website of your own. You do pretty much anything website related, including registering a domain. So it doesn't matter what the business or the pastime, then Squarespace has got a template for you. All you need to do is upload your photos and add whatever text you want, and within an hour you can have a website created. So I use my website for sharing videos and for selling merchandise. You don't need to have a shop, you can have a simple website if you want, just for sharing your photos or your crafting or whatever it is that you do. So to get your website and a totally free trial, head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, or click the link in the description below and see just how easy it is to create a website of your own. Although it's not forecast to be this cold, it is colder than it was up on Kinder last week. Freezing cold. Love it. Not had one of these something to eat ones for a while. So these are very similar conditions to when I was in the Scarp on my last outing, but already it seems to be quite a bit more condensation forming on this tent. Starting to build up a little bit on the inner as well. I know I've just been boiling water up, but I did exactly the same thing in the Scarp. I think the Scarp is just better ventilated, and that little bit more space and more meshing around the top areas, it just helps keep the condensation at bay. If you've got either of those tents, let me know how you get on with the condensation. Ooh. What does that look like? I know what you're thinking. If you don't look at it, it tastes bang on. Just what you need on a cold night like this. So this camera just can't do justice just how beautiful it is tonight. Oh, I'll stick a couple of pictures up, but it's only going to be long exposures on an iPhone, but it might give you an idea. Bit of frost forming on the inside as well, look. A lot of people think that we're bonkers for camping out in these kind of conditions, but I actually prefer it, to the really hot summer nights. I don't like having that much daylight, although 8:30 would be perfect for the sun to go down. Right, I'm going to have another brew, and I think I'm going to get my head down. Let's see if we get another gorgeous sunrise in the morning. So the forecast is only for 10-15 mile an hour gusts, but picking up a little bit. I wasn't going to bother with the guy lines, but I'm glad I did. Morning. Didn't have the best night's sleep last night. You might be able to hear the tent flapping, and it didn't stop all night, even with the earplugs. Kept me awake for most of the night. We got a little bit of moisture in the tent as well, so thin layer of condensation on the walls, and with sleeping bags, a little bit damp on the surface. So the sunrise was due about 5 minutes ago, but when I had a look out the window earlier, it's like pea soup out there, so I'm in no rush to get out of bed. Very strange breakfast combination. Pepperoni beef bar, and we've got like a cereal bar thing. I was going to have porridge, but it's not worth the faff. I'll just eat that for now and then get something when I get back down to the car. So I did a recent video where I was giving away a Soto Windmaster stove. So entries closed yesterday. Let's sort that out. And I was well, there was over 1,200 entries, so that meant 1,200 comments to read. And I've picked a winner, and it is Nick Hart. So he's building up a wild camping kit for his 13-year-old son, who's ready for doing the Duke of Edinburgh award scheme, and for going out with his dad. So Nick Hart, there'll be an email coming out to you. I don't know what your son's name is, but hope he enjoys using his Windmaster stove. Pretty, very pretty. So the views aren't quite as spectacular this morning. I'd say visibility is about 50 metres. It's quite windy. See how fast the fog's blowing across. So when I pitched up, there was virtually no wind, and it looks like that the wind is hitting this front end, and that might be why the tent was flapping more than normal. Although Hilleberg's, I found a very flappy tent anyway. It's a bit messy in here, but this Thermarest X-Therm, where have you been all my life? I've had the X-Lite for ages, and I didn't think it was the greatest pad, to be honest with you, but that wider version, the quieter materials and the insulation value, it means it's a superb bit of kit. I still think the Sea to Summit Everlight is a bit more comfortable, but the Thermarest wins easily on everything else, from packability to weight and especially warmth. Get it down as quick as I can. Looks like a scene of an alien movie. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if they made films in places like this. Time to navigate the bogs and head back down. Right, I don't think there's anything else left to see in this video, apart from me being waist deep in sludge. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.